Chrono Odyssey is an open-world MMO that
This looks fucking badass, by the way.
transcends the bounds of space and time. As you step into this vast, dynamic realm,
Is that Africa?
many battles and adventures await at every turn. The fate of this world is yours to make. Cetera is home to a wide array of dungeons, each offering its own unique challenges.
This looks good.
Rally your allies through the party system and embark on grand expeditions that test your teamwork and tactics. To prevail, you must coordinate with your allies and unravel the intricate mechanics of play. Dungeons in Cetera offer more than just combat. You'll also encounter puzzle-driven mechanics that must be solved collectively.
Seems okay.
Beyond mere strength, your success depends on party synergy and quick wit. Each dungeon features distinct themes and environments, teeming with monsters and formidable bosses. As you claim rewards and progress, even greater
I think this looks fine. I mean, it doesn't really look like super like next gen. It just looks like a decent MMO. Games like this live and die by two things: their in-game systems and their gameplay. If a game has good in-game systems and it has good gameplay, you will have people that continue to play it.
dungeons await. on
Also
the path
community?
ahead.
Well, the community is created by having those good systems. And you can see pretty clearly, like, kind of like what's going on here, right? You've got your archer, obviously. Your guy is like shield. Reminds me of New World. Yeah, it's Korean New World. I can see why you say that.
World quests unfold across Cetera, each with its own story.
I really like the way the game looks. It definitely has a next-gen vibe to it in terms of an MMO. Like, it looks new in a way that is different than, let's say, New World or Lost Ark, obviously, or even Throne and Liberty. It looks good.
From disappearances and
Is it pay to
forbidden
win?
rituals to fallen settlements.
I don't know. It's a Korean game,
A
so
blasphemous
probably.
ritual.
But who
known
knows? They
as
said
the
it's not going to be pay to
Sacrament
win.
of Destruction. So
The problem is that in Korean games, they think pay to win is when you can buy things that you can't get without playing the game. But the American version of pay to win is when you can spend money to accelerate progress. So, like, they'll draw a distinction between pay to progress and pay to win, where, in fact, I don't think there is a difference. I think it's the same thing.
across entire settlements.
The dev said only
as
cosmetics.
villagers are
I'll believe it
abducted
when I
and
see it.
offered as sacrifice. In the face of despair, you must rise as their beacon of hope. Some quests offer a deeply personal journey, while others require a party to confront powerful foes.
Yeah, this looks okay.
With clear objectives and
Especially for a
narrative-driven
beta.
encounters, each quest immerses you in a rich world beyond the battlefield.
That's cool. I'm also a very big advocate of almost anything in the game being soloable if you're a good enough player. I don't like how in Lost Ark there's a lot of mechanics in the game that require you to have like 6 party members or 5 party members. I loved how, like, Vulcan, if you had one literal god, they could solo Vulcan. That was insane. Like, Soul these days? Yeah, exactly, right? That's so cool. And then they got rid of that because they're like, oh, people getting carried. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Same with Night Rain? Yeah, exactly. Night Rain's the same way.
Time portals are anomalies formed by distortions in the flow of time.
It's a
Here,
gatekeeping mechanic?
You'll encounter the
Oh,
world
it's an
of
anti-carry
Cetera
mechanic.
reimagined in entirely different timelines,
Remove the
whether
time
from the
wedge.
past or the future. Though the surroundings may look familiar, the world around you shifts dramatically. You must stay alert to conquer any threats that may arise.
Yeah, this seems okay.
Within these portals lie
I am getting the same vibe of the Korean New World, though.
valuable items.
In
to
terms of,
further
like,
your
combat and
progression.
movement and gameplay.
Test your resolve as you head
Feels pretty similar
into
to
the
me.
unknown.
I like that. Oh, there's a boss? That's a boss. I also think that... Let me pause it. I think that MMOs need to have solo content that is challenging, that players can, like, work through and do on their own. I think that, like, the entire, like, the idea that MMO endgame needs to be massively multiplayer raids, I think that's antiquated thinking. And you need to have, like, solo challenges, like, you know, like the WoW Mage Tower, or, like, you know, the vanilla WoW Hunter solo quests in order to get Rock Dolar, or stuff like that. Delves, yeah, in a way, right? But, like, Delves, you have groups. You need something both. You need both. Yeah, no, you definitely want to have both as well. You want to have group content as well. But having, like, challenging, well-designed solo content is mandatory now for an MMO, I think. Forced co-op is just annoying. Yeah, and that's another thing, is that you have, like, there's this weird thing that happens with MMOs where they add in matchmaking in order for you to do something, but the reality is that, like, the players that you're getting matched with are just effectively NPCs. They might as well just be NPCs. You don't talk to them. You don't organize with them. You don't plan with them. And the reason why is because if they made you have to do that, then most of the groups would fail. So I think if you're not expected to communicate and interact with other players, just make it a solo experience. Just make it soloable. Like, don't force people to get in a cosmetic group just to provide the illusion of an MMO. There's no reason for that. And it doesn't help anybody, and it just doesn't make the game better at all. Solo leveling, yeah, forever queues, exactly, right? Yeah.
Guardians are mighty entities that have long coexisted.
That's just a scorpion, that's not a guardian.
Dwelling throughout the land. But not all are foes. Some act as protectors, while others pose a threat to mankind. As a proud sentinel of Cetera, it is your duty to stand against the encroaching darkness. Field Boss content features large-scale battles that require coordinated efforts. To defeat these powerful foes, you must exploit their weak points, break their parts, and even mount the boss itself to shift the tide of battle. Engage in epic, immersive encounters where your every move and decision shapes the outcome of battle.
Yeah, I like this. This is good. Monster Hunter? Yeah.
As Cetera teeters
well, Monster Hunter's a good game. I hope they copy it. That's a good idea. It's smart.
The brink of ruin, the Void Nexus is a core threat. These dangerous hives trigger deadly void, bringing destruction upon the land. If left unchecked,
so they're like corrupted portals in New World.
Will lead to Cetera's inevitable death.
And by they're like corrupted portals, I mean they literally are corrupted portals.
And purge them before it's too late. Monsters continue to
spawn. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about, like the cosmetic group experience content, where it's like, why do you really have a group in here? There's no real reason.
From the Void Nexus, with each phase cleared. No matter how ferocious the onslaught, you must stay focused to prevail. Only by eliminating all monsters and destroying the Nexus core will the land be freed and return to its former state, restoring balance to Cetera.
Cool. Where's the loot?
Each region is protected by an ancient warden that has existed since the land's creation. They serve as the final bulwark, upholding the balance and boundaries of their domain. Your party's strategy, teamwork, and courage will be pushed to the limit in this epic, large-scale raid.
Okay.
Each region has its own unique region boss. This confrontation requires far more than mere brawn. Your actions shall determine the very state of Cetera.
Okay. So, like world bosses are good. I like that. There's no strategy. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there.
Cetera is a vast...
And that's the problem with, like, field bosses and world bosses, is they're oftentimes, if they're really, really hard, then nobody really does them, or they're camped by, like, 2 or 3 guilds, like in classic WoW. And if they're really easy, they're effectively just loot pinatas that are boring. So it's very hard to make world bosses make sense and work.
Open world, where exploration knows no bounds. Many unexpected encounters await your journey. You may come across unique monsters with abnormal attack patterns, sparking your curiosity and providing a chance to bolster your combat abilities.
Instance difficulty settings is what makes them better. Yeah. I'm personally of the mindset that it's best to have field bosses out there. Like, I think BDO has decent field bosses, and that's probably what I would focus on, or like classic WoW. And you just let kind of the player base decide for themselves how they're going to handle it. And then have other versions of getting that gear that doesn't require you to do the world bosses. Because whenever the big problem with MMOs is a lot of MMOs try to force mandatory player friction, and they do so in a way that just makes the game not fun. Because, like, for example, if you really want to get something from a world boss, but you're not in one of these top guilds, okay, well, you should just quit the game, right? Like, I mean, there's no way you can do that because you just can't, you can't achieve that goal. So giving players different ways to approach problems and different ways to go about solving them is massively important.
Scattered throughout Cetera, labyrinths are warped, unstable realms of fractured space-time. Shaped by unknown forces, labyrinths bend the laws of reality, forcing you to engage your senses from a new perspective. You must solve complex, interconnected puzzles to uncover the secrets buried within.
Jesus.
Combat emerges naturally within labyrinths.
It's like New World again.
Preserving
Like
the tension
Starstone
of intricate puzzles.
Barrows, whatever.
Sudden encounters with monsters
Yeah.
heighten the otherworldly atmosphere,
This is cool.
intensifying the thrill and pacing of every moment. Labyrinths rank among the greatest enigmas of Cetera, harboring mystical challenges for all who dare enter.
Uh-huh. Wow. Yeah, this is cool. Oh, you can double jump? I like that. Oh, that's cool. Ooh. It's like Fall Guys, except it's a Korean MMO. A little bit different.
Outlaws have started to spread across Cetera. Take on bounty missions to track and eliminate these outlaws. With each target, you'll learn more about their backstory and unique arsenal of exploits. Fighting these unpredictable foes will prove a fierce challenge. As you complete missions and increase your bounty level, tougher enemies and greater rewards await. Build up your reputation as a bounty hunter and grow in strength. Join the hunt and bring justice to Cetera.
I wonder if that's really going to work. Because, I mean, people would just sell kills, right? I mean, that's usually what would happen.
Certain regions are particularly susceptible to conflict, giving rise to dangerous PvP zones. In these areas, you're free to...
This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think PvP in MMOs is retarded, and you should never try to even balance it. You can have, like, large-scale spectacle PvP, like castle sieges and stuff, but the reality is that MMOs are not designed for PvP, and the design of PvP is directly antithetical to the design of an MMO. MMOs are about having constant progress, and PvP is about being on an even playing field. And so, how do you create good MMO PvP? In my opinion, you don't. That's why every MMO that has PvP is either a very niche MMO or it's dead. I don't think that PvP in MMOs appeals to a large-scale audience, and I don't think that a very successful MMO should focus on it or make it their goal. Final Fantasy XIV PvP isn't bad. Yeah, but how many people are doing it? Probably nobody. And that's the thing. It's that if you're looking for a PvP experience, you're going to go to a PvP game. That's the difference. Like, who's looking to be a serious PvPer in some bullshit MMO when you could do that in League or Valorant or an actual competitive like Street Fighter. I think trying to make a PvE game have PvP in it generally just creates more friction and annoyance, and it creates balancing problems that don't really need to exist.
Engage with other players as you choose. Draw your weapon.
And also, anybody who's disagreeing with this opinion, just look at the success of a lot of PvP MMOs. They're failures. They all are. They're dying. Like, yeah, there are some people that play them, but in a general sense, they are declining massively. Like, I mean, this isn't an opinion. It's just data.
And fight to the death. Safe zones still exist, but take heed once you cross the line.
Yeah.
Danger can strike at any moment. In PvP zones, monsters aren't your only enemy. It's up to you to decide who's friend or foe.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this. Combat sucks. This sucks. Like, why would somebody play this and not an actual PvP game? It's terrible. Terrible take. I mean, again, I like you. All you have to do is look at anytime you engage a PvE mob, someone will try and jump you. Yeah, I mean, again, like I just that's all there is to it. Dark Age of Camelot still lives to this day. What do you call failure? MMOs like Albion are very successful. They might not be WoW size, but they're multi-million-dollar games. That's true. And you can have a small-scale game like Albion Online that's more PvP-based, but if you really want to make a generational, large-scale MMO, you have to disconnect PvP from the core gameplay loop. Most people do not want to PvP.
Throughout your journey, you will encounter unexpected events such as monster attacks, shifting
optional?
environments, distress calls, and more. They deepen the sense of immersion, drawing players into sudden
like basically another thing with PvP is that this is what MMOs do a lot, is that they try to uniquely incentivize doing PvP. And in my opinion, if content isn't fun to do, then instead of incentivizing it, you should either change it or get rid of it. If people aren't engaging in these systems, maybe there's a reason for that. And so instead of trying to force a square peg in a round hole, just say, okay, this isn't working. It's not really something that would work, and people don't really like this. Let's not do it. So a lot of times these games have PvP only zones, or they have some sort of reward that you have to PvP in order to get. I think that these are directly player antagonistic systems. This is trying to force a player to do something that they don't want to do. And I think that whenever you look at MMOs, the vast majority of players do not want to PvP. I've seen this with pretty much every MMO. And this is with any new game, right? They want to maybe be able to do it like, you know, if they choose to, but they never want to be forced into it. And I think that's really the main difference that I'm making here, is that any time that a player feels like they're forced into PvP in an MMO, I think that the developer is making a huge mistake. Because fundamentally, you're making someone do something that they don't want to do.
and giving shape to a living, breathing world. The most unassuming path can
this is
evolve
really
into
cool.
a battlefield.
That's badass.
Familiar ground can become a crucial crossroads.
What if that's the type of game they want to make? Well, then they can make that game. That's fine. I'm just saying that if you want to hit a mainstream audience and you want to get a lot of people playing your game, you can't make PvP a mainstay of your MMO. And you can't make it mandatory.
In Cetera, you will come across a range of trials to challenge your resolve, insight, and combat skills. These immersive labyrinths are filled with puzzles and various mechanics, offering countless opportunities to put your wits to the test.
That's cool.
Similar to roguelikes, trials feature shifting conditions that demand creativity and adaptation. The choice is yours to take a risk for greater reward or play it safe. Each decision shapes a run that's uniquely your own. Trials are a prime testing ground, pushing you to grow, adapt, and forge your path ahead.
This seems okay, right? I mean, this could be all right. I'm after Torghast in WoW, I've always been very skeptical of roguelite elements of MMOs. Because I just feel like, again, it's like antithetical to what an MMO is. PoE 2 trial? Yeah, but I think people don't like that, do they? Like, I remember when I was playing PoE 2, a lot of people complained about having to do the Ascendancy trials. Everyone hates them? Yeah. The guy was designing Torghast left halfway through? Well, either way, that's what I think.
There's more to life than combat in Cetera. Its vast lands are rich with plants,
That's
ores,
nice.
and monsters, scattered across a timeline that stretches from ancient eras to the distant future. Gather what you find to craft valuable items and unlock new possibilities. Life skills in Cetera are rooted in
Nice.
exploration.
This is, again, new
spanning
world.
gathering,
Super new world.
processing, and crafting.
Yeah.
Each opens a different path of progression. Step beyond the battlefield. Collect resources. Forge
I
your own-
also think that you should be able to buy and sell any gear in the game. I don't think that they should try to lock you in. Like, a BDO has this. And if people want to, like, you know, cheat and RMT, that's fine. Let them do it. Just ban them. Why? Because I think it gives people more options, and I think locking people into gear and then them not being able to trade their gear away or sell it, I think is unnecessary. Not fuck RMT. I mean, like, am I the only person, like, if a developer doesn't care about their game so much that they can't even moderate people doing RMT, that I probably shouldn't care about their game enough to play it? Is that, like, maybe a weird take? Like, if you don't care about RMT so much that you're letting it be a negative impact on the game, and in order to solve this problem, you're going to punish the entire player base by not allowing people to do certain types of trades like BDO, or like WoW. WoW is also like this too. Then I don't want to play the game because you don't care about the game.
gear and shape your journey in new ways. Life in Cetera isn't bound to
So
sort
PoE's trash. PoE's not a MMO. And also, people that RMT don't affect your gameplay. It's a totally different thing.
spell. There's an adventure waiting in every skill, and a future crafted by your own hands.
Like, I think RMT should be bannable. I just realized some people said this in chat. RMT is real money transaction. That's like buying gold and buying gear with real money. I don't think that you should be able to do that, and I think people who engage in that should get permabanned. But I think that adding in systems into the game that prevent player interaction because you're afraid of RMT happening, you know, again, gold buying and gold selling happening, I think that you're punishing the player base for your own lack of moderation of your game. And that, to me, indicates that you don't care about your game. RMT and botters? Yeah, botting is also an issue, too. Yeah. PoE allows you to trade everything? Yeah.
The Chrono is a powerful artifact capable of manipulating time and space.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Those
wow.
chosen to bear its power are granted access to abilities that defy the limits of reality.
Wow.
Your Chronotector will evolve with time and experience.
Uh-huh.
As it grows in strength, you will also gain greater precision and power to unlock your full
That's
potential.
cool.
Only those who wield a Chronotector can command time and space. In the right hands, it holds the power to shift the fate of the world.
Okay. It's the Arbiter. These are like the single boss challenges, right?
Chrono gates are at the core of Cetera,
Yeah.
holding the secrets of time itself. Within, you'll come face to face with overwhelming odds as you take on punishing, fast-paced boss encounters. Every strike, every dodge demands sharp timing and precision, delivering a hardcore combat experience of depth and skill.
Yeah, this is basically like Elden Ring. Or like any of the other Souls-like games.
Don't simply perish. With the power of the Chronotector, you can capture their souls and summon them as specters in battle.
What?
The stronger the foe, the greater the power you wield.
Is this some solo leveling shit?
The thrill of battle in Cetera as you challenge Chrono gates.
So is everybody gonna have summons? That's cool. That's a lot. The boss looks so annoying to fight against. What the fuck is going on? I think this looks really cool, but the animations need a lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah, this is actually worse than New World.
Begin your journey across time and space.
Now it's even beta. Yeah, it's not even beta. So no,
you can shape
I'm just
how
giving
the
feedback.
story
Like,
will unfold.
I love this. I love this aesthetic. I love the type of gameplay. The reason why I'm harsh on this game is because I want it to be good. Like I didn't care about being harsh on Throne and Liberty because I knew it was garbage. I'm like, oh, this game sucks. Who cares? I'm just gonna play this for a while and then I'm done with it. Like this, I want this game to be good. That's why I'm giving this feedback. Supposed to release this year, so you're right. Not much time. Yeah. And it's gonna be for a couple of days. I'm gonna play this a lot. Watch Canon video about it. Yeah, I talked to him a little bit about it off stream.
One last tip.
Oh,
Hidden
Dracula's
deep
castle.
Within Cetera is yet another challenging content mode.
What's this?
Eden. Though anchored to land, Eden exists beyond all timelines, beholden to neither past, present, nor future.
And what does that mean?
Here, you'll descend into an abyss of endless dungeons, each one a nightmare without end. Eden is home
Balrog.
to powerful bosses, forgotten by the rivers of time. You must face these overwhelming forces, either alone or with allies, and claim the rewards.
That's cool. You can do it solo.
However, these treasures are no ordinary spoils. Rare and immensely powerful, they can blind even the purest of heart to greed. In the shadow of temptation, even trusted comrades may turn foe. Eden is a vast, boundless realm steeped in darkness.
Huh.
The deeper you venture, the greater the risk and reward. But be warned, the path forward may offer no return.
That is really cool. I do have to say though, I'm not a fan of endless content. I like the idea of being able to beat something. So I do hope that this is not actually endless, it's just that it's very long.
Your time in Eden is limited. All acquired rewards are stored
So
in a
extraction
cube,
dungeon?
but it too has a cap.
I think so.
Choose your inventory wisely.
Yeah, it is. It's
or
an extraction
all else
dungeon.
Will be lost. You must return to Cetera before time runs out. If you fail to escape, everything you claimed will turn to dust.
I mean, do people want this? Like, I don't know. Like, it's a cool idea, but like, I don't know if this is really like, I don't know if people want this.
Descend into Eden's depths.
I do.
Where
We'll
time is your greatest threat, and fortune favors the bold.
Oh.
May the blessings of time guide your journey in Chrono Odyssey.
Damn, bro. He got his teammate roaching out on him. Get out of here, bitch. Fuck you. Not a fan of time limit? No, I'm not either. Looks alright. It's alright. I mean, I'll play it. I mean, I don't really know how great this is gonna be, but yeah, I mean, it's worth trying out. I think it's definitely worth trying out. I mean, fuck, it's a new MMO. Like, I'll of course play it. But yeah, what's the verdict? The verdict is that I am cautiously optimistic, but I have reservations. That's my verdict on Chrono Odyssey. I think there's a good chance it could be good, and there's also a chance that it could potentially also not be so good. So yeah, hardcore Asian target gamer audience. Well, I mean, I would play it. I'm not Asian. Fuck. Like, I mean, like, it's a Dark Souls style fucking dark fantasy game. Like, I mean, I'm absolutely about it.